Yo, peoples, Qushu92 here, and welcome back to an iteration of Qushu Views Anime! Onwards to the next episode of One Piece. So let's get it started! On the Oh. The castle on fire, the fate of the Kozuki clan. Looks like I don't get to do a recap for you guys. Haven't done one of that. That hasn't happened in a long while. But we're here at the, I'm guessing, the aftermath of Odin's execution. And everyone's crying for him. And everyone's realizing that everything Odin did was for the people. So now the people are on Odin's side and they see Orochi for the true villain that he is. Orochi's getting mad upset over Odin showing him up, even in death. And here we're at the Kozuki Castle. Imagine being told this type of news. He wants her to use her power to go into the future. Can you imagine the last words that someone like Toki has with her husband is that he's smiling at her, laughing, happy? You can tell that Toki and Odin trusted each other completely. I like it! What was that? You'll see that animation where they just slid into place? The only one who actually landed normally was Nekomamushi. Everyone else literally just still imaged into position. I'm just now noticing that Ashura Doji has a massive forehead bump. It's just like, it goes over the eyebrow ridge. Not across, it just overlaps it. It's good for Kinemon to be the voice of reason during all this infighting. Nekomamushi and Arashi want to fight each other, but Kinemon is here to make sure everyone stays on track. And Shinobu went out and got all their swords! Good old Shinobu! I find it funny how Kinemon and everyone are running like normal, but Shinobu's the only one doing the ninja run with her hands to the side. I don't know why I did my feet like that, like I'm doing the ninja run. Y'all can't see that. Uh-oh, they've been found out. Poor beast pirates. Yo, Kikunojo! Kinemon! That's why I said poor beast pirates. Denjiro ain't even flinching! Nekomamushi still in Arashi still fighting. Now is not the time for y'all to be fighting when Odin gave you an order. What was that? What was that big thing that just grabbed Neko and Inu? I'm probably gonna abbreviate them to Neko and Inu because their names are a mouthful. First Neko and Inu, now Denjiro and Ashura. So the number of samurai who are going to make it to Kozuki Castle seems to be thinning out more and more. Oh. What is it this time? Odin, Roger, and Whitebeard! Sabo, Luffy, and Ace. That's actually a nice juxtaposition there. They're shooting fire arrows, and Kaido himself is coming out of the air. Momonosuke is remembering his memories with his dad back on his crew, back when he was sailing with Roger. It's a good thing Odin's hair is flat like that, otherwise Momonosuke probably wouldn't be able to sit on there so easily. Also, what do you guys think? Do you think Momonosuke looks better with a full head of hair or shaved with like a back top knot? Well, we got a bit of a rough idea of where Momonosuke gets his lecherous behavior from. It's all because of Odin. That's usually why he behaves that way around Nami and Robin and pretty much any other woman. Why did you say that, dude? Why did you say, Hiyori, please play that song at my funeral? Not knowing how this would affect her. There he is. Kaido's in their home. You better tell him, Momonosuke. Quivered lip, tear-filled eyes, sweating all over. How you just gonna toss the little kid back into the flames like that? Well, Kinemon and the others finally made it to the castle. But now we're coming up to the point where Kinemon explained to us how they got sent into the future. Momonosuke knows exactly what Toki wants to do. And like that, they're gone. Man, Toki really just sent most of the Akazaya into the future and just left Hiyori with Kawamatsu. Whoa, Toki's been hit with arrows in the back. Yeah, pouty face Toki. Bakura Town in Kuri. Her resolve has blossomed. You can tell that even with those arrows in her body, she's determined. Look at her standing amongst the flames. You know, seeing her actually periodically getting shot like this while she's trying to make her speech. Man. I have to say, One Piece has come a long way from slightly censoring things that happen to people to actually full out showing it. Because remember when during Belmare's death, it doesn't exactly show her getting shot in the head? Now we're at a point where it shows Oda getting shot in the head and Toki getting shot and everything. On the next episode of One Piece, back to the present day, 20 years later. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next episode is going to be bringing us back to the present. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. That was the penultimate episode that saw the death of not only Toki, but her sending the Akazaya into the future, Kawamatsu taking care of Hiyori, and pretty much the so-called end of the Kozuki line. In the eyes of the Beast Pirates and Kaido. A lot of different references here and there. We finally find out who Momonosuke was talking to in a flashback when he was talking way back in the past. That you was wondering, like, who is he talking to? Who's asking who is his name? What's his name? We find out that it's Kaido who's asking him this. And he was just recollecting memories of what happened all the way in Wano 20 years ago. So, a lot of references here and there. Once again, I gotta reiterate that One Piece has come a long way from censoring some things that happens in episodes. Like, back then, when you see people get shot in the head in One Piece, you would see it kinda a little bit in the chapters themselves. But in the anime, that would be straight up censored. Like, you wouldn't see stuff like that now. Now you see Odin get shot in the head, and then Toki getting shot, and you see the blood just come out of her, and you see people bleeding out now. It feels like One Piece has come a long way from way back from showing just enough to pretty much showing almost what happens per chapter. Almost, with slightly little deviation when it comes to censorship. As far as, blood and violence is concerned. When it comes to, women showing off stuff in there, they'll still censor that. But, overall, I enjoyed this episode. It was sad to see Toki have to leave her children behind, but also putting forth the prophecy that would stick with Orochi for the rest of his days. It's sad, but also reassuring to know that her last words would carry on in Wano even after her death, and even after everyone else wasn't seen for like the next 20 years. So, overall, good episode. But the next episode is when we go back to the present. So, for everyone wondering when we're going to get back to the present again, it's going to be in the next episode. But overall, I really did enjoy this episode. There were some moments where the animation was like super stiff, and they chose to use just transition methods to have things fade into the image rather than it just be actually animated. But those are just me nitpicking. It's barely anything to be even remotely concerned about, even though I mentioned it earlier. But overall, I enjoyed this episode as a whole. I've just been enjoying a whole bunch of One Piece ever since these episodes have transitioned into this art style and how the story has been going. So, with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.